Welcome to Your Waste. The following induction video is to ensure that contractors working on our facility receive all the information they require in order to operate on site in a safe and responsible manner. The following site rules and procedures apply to all contractors working on our site, and they must be complied with to ensure the health, safety and welfare of both yourself and others. Failure to follow these rules may restrict you or your employer from visiting all Your Waste facilities. So if in doubt, ask a member of site staff for advice, clarification or assistance. It's important that upon arrival you visit the signing in area to record your arrival in the attendance register and meet your host, who will need to carry out additional instruction before any work can commence. Please obey all traffic signs, speed limits and any signals given by staff whilst on site. Be aware and always keep a safe distance from moving heavy plant, equipment and vehicles that operate on this facility. Stand well clear of tipping vehicles, particularly on windy days. Ensure that you always stand in the immediate area of your vehicle and in a position where you're visible to other drivers and operators. Never walk on or handle any of the waste on site, and please take particular care to avoid coming into contact with or standing on sharp objects. Always use designated walkways and pay particular care when crossing traffic routes, for example at the weighbridge, that may have traffic approaching from both directions. Personal protection equipment is mandatory and must be worn at all times in operational areas of the site. Safety footwear, high-vis jacket or waistcoat, hard hat and eye protection are the minimum requirements for all contractors, the exact specification of which can be found in our induction notes. Additional items of PPE may be required when carrying out certain tasks, for example hearing protection. These will be discussed with you when completing a permit to work. In the event of a site emergency or fire, the alarm can be raised by using one of the call points clearly indicated around the site. If you hear the site alarm, please report to the site assembly point immediately with your host and await further instruction. You'll be advised on the exact location of the assembly point by your host following this induction. All of our sites have designated marshals that will assist in the management of any incidents. The emergency alarms are tested weekly, however, they will only sound for a short duration. Your host will advise if any tests are planned to be carried out during your time on site. Smoking, including e-cigarettes, is only permitted in designated areas on site. Please ask where this area is if required. However, please note that smoking is strictly forbidden in all other areas of the site, including inside vehicles. The use of handheld mobile phones whilst driving or operating machinery is also strictly prohibited, and children and animals are not permitted on our facilities. We operate a permit to work system on site, which is a formal written system used to control certain types of work that are potentially hazardous. The site manager or his nominated deputy will advise you on the permit requirements for every task. If a permit is required, this will be issued by the site manager or his nominated deputy, and it will specify the work to be done and the precautions that must be taken. Work should only be commenced after you've received a permit which will define safe procedures and clearly record consideration of any foreseeable hazards. Additional permits may be required if the task involves particularly hazardous work, for example working in confined spaces, working at height or hot work. Prior to issuing a permit for high-risk work, it's important that you provide non-generic risk assessments and detailed method statements for all the tasks you intend to carry out. The safety of everyone on our facility is Your Waste's #1 priority. If at any point you are in doubt, please stop what you're doing, call site staff and inform them of the situation, and await further guidance on what to do next. If you see a dangerous occurrence or hazard whilst on site, please report these immediately to your host. The site has fully trained first aid personnel. The first aid facilities will be identified by your host and are equipped to treat minor injuries. All injuries must be reported to the site management immediately, however small. Always maintain a high standard of personal hygiene whilst working on site. Wash your hands before eating, drinking or smoking, and remember that the areas you may be working in could be contaminated with bacteria, mould, fungi and chemicals derived from waste. Most waste management sites also experience rat infestations at some time. Anybody working in the areas where they may accidentally come into contact with water contaminated by rats could be exposed to leptospirosis or Weil's disease. The infection can enter the body via damaged skin or accidental ingestion through the nose or mouth. The waste management industry is a highly regulated one, which can have a significant impact on the environment if not managed properly. Each waste management operation has been issued with a Waste Management Licence or PPC permit from the Environment Agency. The licence details how the site must be managed. This is a legal document and must be adhered to at all times. A copy of the site licence is available for your reference in the site manager's office and should be referred to if the work you're carrying out could have an impact on the environment. Now that you've been given instruction on our basic site safety requirements, you'll be asked to sign a declaration and be issued with a site pass. Hang on to this pass as it will give you contractor access for a 12-month period, unless there are any significant changes in our health and safety procedures. Don't forget to take time to read your induction notes as they contain more detailed site procedures that may affect you. Finally, when work is complete, it's important that any permit you may have been issued is closed off. It's also important for us to know when you've left our facility, so please don't forget to sign out as you leave.